I just found one of the coolest smart home gadgets and I cannot wait to tell you more about it. Welcome everybody. Welcome to AppleInsider. It is Andrew here. I'm going to turn this off because I don't want there to be a persistent rain noise ongoing throughout the video, but I just wanted an initial shot of how pretty this thing looks, the water effect going on. Let's talk about this right here, which is the new SmartMi Rainforest humidifier that works with Apple HomeKit. For HomeKit users, there are not many humidifiers available. Maris makes two different ones that are basically souped up oil diffusers. VocalLink has two as well. The Flower Bud, which is, again, basically an oil diffuser that can technically humidify smaller rooms. And then there's the Cool Mist version that is a slightly larger humidifier, but it has some big issues with it. Namely, mine kept kind of spritzing out water that would get the surrounding area wet. And I don't really want that next to my bed or on a desk or anywhere else that could get wet. So I was beyond excited when SmartMi announced their new Wi-Fi connected HomeKit-enabled humidifier that has a large 3-liter tank that could run up to 15 hours on a single fill, was super easy to use, and had this really cool rain effect going on, and would work natively here with HomeKit, which is what we're going to be talking about today. This humidifier has multiple parts. If we go ahead and lift up here, you can see we can actually remove this top part, which is crucial if you ever need to clean the inside of this. The bottom here is the basin where all of the water lives. Then we have a water filter and a pump. The pump will press up water through this stem in the middle, which will then go out of the top. We're going to hear a beep as it connects. Beep. It's going to go out over top of that little blade, which is going to use centrifugal force to throw that water against the outside and move it into the air. So it'll create this rainfall effect going down the walls, but they're also going to use a fan up here at the top that's going to pull the air from in here, go through this chamber, expelling it from the top, adding humidity to your air, adding moisture to your air, which is crucial, especially in these dry months right now. It's so dry here. These are also great for babies' rooms. You have to keep the humidity level up in there. You don't want them to have dry skin. Their skin can be so sensitive. These are also fantastic for places where you have instruments or basements. They can get too humid or not humid enough depending on your location. Don't worry, you do not need to remove everything every time you need to fill the water on this. You can actually pour the water right onto the top, which looks crazy because there's an LCD screen there. You just pour the water right onto the screen. It'll go down through the body and into the chamber there at the bottom. So no need to disassemble to add water. Speaking of the LCD display at the top, you can see which mode it is currently set on. You can see the water level, you can see the humidity level that it's currently at for the room, and you can see the Wi-Fi status. On the front is a tiny little button that you can use to change modes. It's a capacitive button. When you press it, you can change it from maximum mode, which is that little heart icon. Press it again, it'll rotate to automatic mode, it'll just automatically adjust based on the room's environment. And finally, you can set it on night mode, which will actually dim the display at the top and lower the fan speed so it does not make as much noise. As we jump into the Home app, here's what this thing sounds like in real life. From the Home app, I can filter by climate, and you can see the humidifier in the living room. I can tap on this card to turn it on or off quickly, or tap the larger card to jump into the more advanced settings. I can adjust the target humidity in the room and go all the way up to 100%, but that would be basically underwater, so 40 doesn't seem too bad, but I can also turn it on and off from here. When I swipe up or tap on the gear icon, I can see more settings. I can change the name, change the icon, change or view the water level. I can manually change the fan speed, which can also be included inside of automations. More on that in a moment. I can see the relative humidity in the room, and I can see some suggested scenes that Apple has for me. If we go back here towards the top and exit out of that card, I want to go back to the whole home so I can add an automation or a scene. I can tap on automation and you can choose any of these. So maybe when you arrive home, this can turn on. Maybe it comes on at certain times of day. You could trigger it based on the humidity levels in the room. All sorts of stuff that you can create. So here we just have one set for daily at a certain time. I can go and choose the humidifier. Now I can adjust it. So if I tap on it, I can change both the humidity target level as well as the fan speed, like perhaps creating a nighttime scene that'll automatically turn the fan speed down. So far in my testing, this has worked great. I love the look of it, the sound of it. I love how easy it is to refill. Basically, everything about this thing is great. The downsides are it is fairly expensive at nearly $300. It also should probably use like purified water because you don't want any of the extra hardness that could help kind of add scaling to this glass or this plastic body here, or gunking up the motor or anything else on the inside. You kind of want to protect your investment just like you would with any other appliance. Now, I would say what's a great companion to this is an air purifier, and this is completely kind of unrelated, but this is the Breathe, which is an actual air purifier that looks great, and you can connect this to a smart plug to control based on the air quality. And I've been really liking this. It uses like moss and natural filtration, as well as an actual HEPA filter to clean your air. I just think these things go really nicely together between the rainforest look here and this natural moss and palm going on here. Overall, such a cool experience. If you're interested in either of these, there's links for them down below in the description. Let me know your thoughts over on Twitter at Andrew_OSU. Otherwise, stay tuned. More videos heading your way.